G'day viewers, my name's Graham Stevenson and I'd like to invite you to come on a journey of creativity and learning and adventure through the series Colour in Your Life. There's an artist in every family throughout the world, and lots of times there's an artist deep down inside all of us as well. So grab your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, uncles and mums and dads and come and see how some of the best artists do what they do.
Well, hi folks, and welcome back to Colour in Your Life. Well, we are back in America, the United States, and we are in California and a beautiful little town on the coast called Pescadero. And we are filming a wonderful watercolour artist today, Mr. William Dunn. William.
Graham, thank you for coming. Appreciate you coming out this far.
Thank you very much, mate. This is a great little area. William's a very, very talented man. Your background really started in design. You actually had your own design company, didn't you?
That is correct.
Yeah.
I studied graphic design at San Jose State, and then later Art Center, College of Design in Los Angeles. And design was what I like to do.
Yeah.
But during school, we took a lot of classes.
Yeah.
Watercolor, drawing, figure drawing, everything. And I really liked the watercolor.
Yeah, I mean, you said to me before we obviously went to where that it really suits your personality.
I am not so good at waiting for layers of paint to dry.
Yeah.
For weeks or whatever they do. So watercolor is immediate, it's quick, it's very responsive, and I like the look I can get in a very short period of time.
Yeah, and a lot of your work, I mean, you can see there's a lot of geometry and graphics. So I think that sort of the graphics background sort of comes into your work occasionally as well.
I didn't appreciate that having a design background would help the composition part of painting. And I always work from my own photographs. I like that. I get to compose, I get to pick and choose.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about copyright problems.
Yeah. But we are on our way to San Francisco today, and behind me is a photo that William actually took of San Francisco. So what actually area is this, of course?
This is the North Beach area of San Francisco. It's a late afternoon shot. This is at Coit and Columbus intersection, right in the heart of
I know where you are.
North Beach area.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. So we'll make a start on that. Come along for the ride. This will be very interesting. This is a fascinating man with a fascinating history. Let's go and see what he does. Okay, William, you've got a fantastic photo there, and you're going to paint it vertical. So what are you going to do with that?
Well, the composition here is critical. So I don't need this material out here. I can crop in here, and I think that'll make a nice composition, and that's what I'm going to go with. Fantastic. Yeah.
You got yourself a pencil there?
I have a pencil. I like this mechanical pencil. I draw with it. It's a 0.7, about the weight I like. So this is nice. I don't have to stop and sharpen it or anything. It's ready to go. I like to start with what I regard as the main thrust of visual interest, which is going to be right around these people, the sign, and that sort of thing.
Okay, starting from the middle and then working your way
More or less, yeah. There's people here, and in watercolor, you don't always have to draw them very detailed. So I look at this composition. This is a more vertical than I need probably. So I don't want things in the middle, in the center, either way. So I'm going to put these people right about here. I'll start with them, and the shapes can be somewhat minimal. I don't have to get terribly detailed.
You just really want the form of the person.
I just want the form. These people are standing on the street corner, and there's a lady here. I like it when people overlap.
Yeah.
It gives me an opportunity to add contrast and color and things, which livens up the painting.
And what type of watercolor paper are you actually using there?
This is Saunders Waterford from England. It's my favorite paper, I think. I like Arches, there's others I like as well, but the Saunders is good.
So how important is the drawing to you?
The drawing is critical. Without the drawing, the painting cannot hold up and look proper. The drawing doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but the structure has to be there. Without that structure, it's like the bones. The bones have to hold the muscles. Without the structure, the painting will fall apart.
Fair enough.
This young man is embracing his girlfriend, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's a great, great city, isn't it?
San Francisco is an amazing city.
Yeah. And you went to the Academy of Art in San Francisco and also the Art Center College of Design in Los Angeles.
I
as
did.
well.
And at the Academy, I was primarily a teacher, and then as a department head later. But because I got to take classes for free, I took advantage of it and took a lot of drawing, some painting, and so on.
Yeah.
And that really increased my skills.
Went all the way through to get a Bachelor of Arts degree. Very cool.
I did. Seemed important, so I went ahead and did that, of course.
And a couple of your influences in your art career have been good friends of ours, Joe Zbogvich and Herman Peckel and Alvaro Castanet. We know the boys quite well.
Those guys, they're God to me. They are so good. I go, boy, they amaze me when I watch them.
Yeah.
And I've learned a bundle from them.
Yeah.
I've learned a bundle. However, I still want to have my own style come into the painting. I don't want to be a copyist of those people.
Yeah.
As good as they are, I learn what I can from them. But I also very concerned that my style, whatever that is,
Yeah.
and it evolves on its own sometimes. It just happens.
In some of your work, you've got really great geometry and composition in it. What's important for you when you're looking at a subject?
This sounds kind of corny, but the subject speaks to me. I look at it and I see something about the composition that I just want to paint it. There's a shape in there, there's colors, there's an energy about it. This corner of Union and Columbus has a lot of history. I can't paint that history, but I can try to capture the feeling that this is an active, busy area that's had a lot of life. And that's the fun of this, is to try to get that feeling in your painting. Windows are kind of fun, but you don't have to get too detailed with them. Just their very nature of being a rectangle kind of tells a story. This has 3 windows here, and I may or may not keep it that way. Let's see. They're not really even, but I'm going to draw them that way. So this perspective, this angle has to be more this way than this one because it's higher up.
Sure.
And it's got to go to this point. So those little things like that, if you don't do it, it just won't come off as being very believable.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously lived in America for a long time and been around San Francisco, but just wanted to mention some of the other pieces that you've done.
Yes.
And actually, this is a restaurant that I'd eaten in quite a few times called Skoma's.
Oh, Skoma's.
Yeah, Skoma's, which is a fantastic little restaurant right down on the wharf. And you've got another piece which actually is Fisherman's Wharf again, but you've got Girardelli Square
Yes.
just up the back of that. So, but that whole area is fascinating, is it, with the people
I
and the
love going
characters?
down there with my camera.
Yeah, it's great.
And I shoot 50 shots and then come back and look at them,
Yeah.
and I'll keep 5. So I think I'm about ready here. Anything else I can cook up on the spot as I paint.
Okay.
So we're about ready to go here. So I'm ready to paint.
Sounds fantastic.
I'm ready to paint. So we're at a point now. I've done the drawing. I've got it where I want it. I don't need any more detail than I have. So now I can start laying the color in. So I think I'm going to begin with a little bit of an ochre,
Yeah.
yellow ochre. The other decision is, do I paint wet on wet or wet on dry? So the wet on wet, I'm going to get soft edges. Wet on dry, I'm going to get hard edges. So I think I like the idea right now of wet on dry paper.
And you're using a fairly big brush there as well.
This is a big number 20.
Yeah.
This is a big boy.
Yeah.
This is in the Joseph Zbogvich series. But what I like, it allows me to lay a lot of color down and add other color as long as I do it when it's wet.
And you've also had a very interesting background, William. It's you've done sailing, judo. You're a You're a black belt in karate, same as me. We even look a bit like each other.
I feel like a yellow belt now, but that's all right. Thank you for the compliment.
But just an amazing life. You're skiing, motorcycles, and you're a flamenco guitarist, which is
well,
amazing.
Classical maybe.
Yeah.
Flamenco was a lot of fun, but I didn't really ever excel very much at flamenco. I did some success with the classical guitar.
Yeah.
And like that, and still play now and then.
Yeah, your athletic prowess was quite amazing. You literally played tennis for 50 years, and you were ranked at one stage.
I was ranked,
yeah.
But as important as it seems at the time, what I want to do now is be good at this.
Yeah.
And my desires have shifted that this is what's important in my life.
Yeah.
And all the sports, yeah, I played a few, and I was okay.
Yeah.
But now, this is the thing that really gets my heart pumping here.
I bet. I can see the enthusiasm actually sort of jumping out of you.
All right, so this is a mineral violet, I think. It's quite dark, and it makes a wonderful dark when combined with the olive greens. And it gives you a nice rich dark without getting muddy. I learned this from Michael Reardon, who's a wonderful painter here. And I took his workshop and we learned about darks. So hats off to Michael.
I mean, you're a very good teacher yourself. I would recommend anybody that if you want to be part of his classes, what's your website, please?
My website is williamdunnstudio.com.
Okay, guys, so if you're in the San Francisco area or even south of that, I would suggest that you come along, because not only is William a great teacher, he lives in a fantastic area.
It is beautiful here.
Yeah.
So the dark here is not the typical way you do watercolor. You normally start light and work to dark. I've already got my darks down. But now that's established a value of darkness, and so now I can work around it, and that's going to help me. I think the building over here needs some attention. I find it very useful to paint or to prepare enough of a puddle of color so when you actually paint, you don't have to go back and remix.
Good idea. But you do a lot of plein air as well.
I do plein air,
Yeah.
Graham, I like it. Plein air, the spirit of the scene, far better in plein air painting than it ever could be working from a photograph.
Yeah.
I say that sitting here working from a photograph because it's not always practical to go out and paint.
Your Chinatown paintings are great because there's just so much vibrancy and colour in them.
Thank you.
And you've got one called Washington Street in Chinatown, which is just beautiful. And then I like this, the Wang Chung Co, which is a group of Chinese stores. I thought that was actually a song from the 80s. And then Red Lanterns, which is all of the red lanterns going across the street in Chinatown, is a beautiful piece as well.
Graham, you can go to Chinatown any time of the day, and there's color and activity and lights and people, and it's wonderful. I don't find it anywhere else quite like that. So I go there as often as I can. Okay, so I'm mixing a little cad red with the lavender here. I just want this color to be warm and not too dark, and I think that's about it. So that's all there is to that. And I don't always mix on the palette. Sometimes I like to mix on the paper because the color will do a different kind of a feeling. Now that red is quite strong, making a mark right there. I need to put that somewhere else so it doesn't feel so isolated. So I think I'm going to go over and maybe put a touch here as well. And the only purpose for that is so I don't have this color isolated. It'll just stand out and jump out too much. So with that in mind, I'm just going to embellish this a touch with a second wash. You can't lay washes down forever. They eventually would get muddy. So I need some cool colors over here to offset these warms. So I've mixed this neutral tint with a little touch of blue. Time of day here is late afternoon, early evening, and so I have to kind of keep that in mind. What is the time of day, and how do I make the painting be in tune with that?
You did a picture of the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco, which I think is just a fantastic piece.
Oh.
I mean, the mood in it's just amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Graham. That one was fun. It's big. It's much bigger than it appears to be.
And you've also got one that's called Night in North Beach. And the sky behind this piece, you know, I know it's watercolor, but it looks like you've got basically a tornado or a storm from hell coming through. But it looks fantastic.
Now, cars are really a box, and you don't have to get too detailed to make them happen. So this is going to be a red car. Technically, there's no sunlight on it, but I still sometimes paint it as if there were. So to further add to the structure of the car, just a little bit of the roof, instant car. So it's about time to worry about this area here.
Yeah.
And the lettering, I don't like it to be squeaky tight like it's been typeset. So I just letter it kind of neatly so it looks arty-like. So I think I'm going to keep the white background with the white letters, red letters rather, and this is the brightest red I've got, so that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
So I want it fairly opaque-ish. Lettering doesn't have to be perfect. I want it a little bit neat. So this brush points well. That's what it has to do. And with a brush, I can kind of clean up any problems that I might have had with the pencil drawing. The important thing in the lettering is that all the letters have the same width. You can get away with a lot of sins in lettering, but not if the width isn't correct.
But all of this really just gets to make the picture so much more interesting. There's, you know, you imagine yourself in the street, reading the signs, walking down the street.
You know, Graham, it's funny you say that, but when you're painting like this, you are telling a story. So what story do I want to tell? I just try to keep that in mind sometimes. Why am I doing this? And I'm doing it because I like this scene, and I think I can bring a little life to it.
And speaking of the lines that you're doing and the preciseness, there's some pieces that you did on the America's Cup when New Zealand was out here in San Francisco Bay, which was an amazing tournament. And you painted a couple of pieces about the race. One's called Duel, which is just amazing. That was a pretty incredible race where America came way from behind to beat the New Zealanders.
That race put more energy into the Bay Area, especially the sailing world, as you imagine. And those boats are so dynamic and so exciting.
Yeah.
The difficulty with those paintings, how do you capture a sailboat that's going 55 knots or whatever they were doing? How do you do that? And so for me, I decided the water, the wake of the boat was so amazing that if you can capture that feeling, it's like a high-speed powerboat, but they're a sailboat. So trying to get that feeling in the water was the hard part, but that's what I tried to do.
Well, you captured it really well.
Oh, thank you. So I've got now a Neef brush, and these were introduced to me by Herman Pekel, the great Australian painter, and I'm so grateful. They're not easy to use. It takes a whole different feeling with them. But I bought all 4 sizes. They're a long rigger, and they require a different kind of a touch.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting onto them. So, a little workout with these now. And I like the difference when I use different brushes, that I get different looks in the stroke. The brush mark, I don't want them the same everywhere. I want a variety. So this is one way I can do it. It helps me. I've just mixed a dark green, and I think it's going to look nice because this is going to be a bright area, and I want darks around it to make the bright pop, as we say, to make it look stronger. Because the values of the painting are far more important than the color. One thing I love about watercolor, I get to see it run and do things that are unplanned, but hopefully look good, so you end up with a happy accident. We all love happy accidents.
So, William, what do you think that are some of the great life's lessons for a watercolor artist? What stands out in your mind?
Graham, I think any painter any watercolorist has to keep believing and having the faith in themselves. Even if they're not good now, they keep fighting, they keep trying, they keep learning, they keep growing, and it is going to get better. You will improve. You can't give up too soon. If you're feeling frustrated with your paintings, keep at it. Don't stop. Keep going. The joy when you do a painting that you like is far, far more valuable than stopping and never knowing how good you could be. It's more fun the better you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that would be my number one rule about that.
Great words of wisdom, absolutely.
Yeah. When I sit down and paint, I absolutely love it. I can't get enough of it. It's all I want to do. And it's a feeling I don't get about everything in my life. So this is a wonderful thing that I feel privileged to get to do. So, yeah. So we're down to the final here, and we have one little signage bit up here. And it's just a traffic direction signal. I'm going to use opaque white gouache to letter it in, and it may not look perfectly lettered. It doesn't need to. It just needs to look like a sign. So I've got a very small brush here. This is a Winsor Newton Series 7, number 2, quite small, with white gouache. It's got a nice fine point. I can control it well. So this is just about some road signs. I'm going to say ever so quickly, 280 north, 280 south. They don't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
And 92 east. It gives the feeling of it. I think that's what it has to do.
Beautiful. And if that doesn't get you home, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that's it.
Fantastic.
Now later, I'll come back in and I'll do a few little tweaks here and there. But in essence, I'm done.
Fantastic.
In fact, I like to wait a little while and come back in a day or two, and I see things, oh, I could do this or do that. And
Yeah.
That's good.
Sort of enhance the bling.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Good.
Well, fantastic day with a very, very talented man. William, thank you so much.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Had a good time.
It was wonderful, absolutely.
Yes, thank you so much. Really
And
good.
if you would like to come down and have a day or even workshops with William, your website again is?
WilliamDunnStudio.com.
As always, come and see us on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget that we have a fantastic website with a gallery in there that many of you folks can come in and put your originals in there for sale so that the rest of the world can see what's going on as well, and hopefully we can get some of William's work in there.
Thank you. Well, you will.
It'd be fantastic.
You will. I'd love that.
We've had a great time. We're going to continue to move around California and do what we do, but as we always say, remember guys, until we see you again, make sure you put some colour in your life, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye guys.
Thank you for watching.
Bye now. See ya.